Hi, I'm Nicole Kendall with Nicole Kendall Media and Marketing, here today to bring you a video on one of our Chamber of Commerce members during the Plainfield Chamber Chat with Nicole. I have Scott Stein here with me today with Safe Dryer Vent Solutions for today's episode. Welcome, Scott.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for being on the show. Now, this project is all about bringing information out into our community about who our Chamber of Commerce members are, what they do for a living every day, and why you should be a part of the Plainfield Chamber with us as well. Right, Scott? How's that sound? That's what we're going to talk about today. So in this short video, I want to hear from Scott as to what he does. And like I said, he's the owner of Safe Dryer Vent Solutions, and he helps protect homes and businesses from fire, right?
Yes.
And other things. So let's talk about that, Scott. How long have you been in business here in Hendricks County?
I've been in business. Okay, I've been in business for going on 2 years now. Started just throughout my whole life. Worked with the fire service and did electrical work. So I know basic residential construction, and there was a need for dryer vents being cleaned and properly maintained.
Right.
There was a lot of other companies out there there was some other companies out there that just wasn't doing a good standard to the community, and I saw the need, so I decided I saw the need and said, you know what, I need to start a company. So I went on the limb.
Well, very good. Now, I mentioned Hendricks County, of course I mentioned Plainfield, but you service all of Greater Central Indiana, right? Where do you serve?
I serve 50-mile radius of Indianapolis, which is just before you get to Bloomington, Columbus, Muncie. So 50-mile radius with no service fee, trip charges, diagnostic free. Those are
Nice.
fees. Those are completely free.
Okay.
Now I will go branch out to 75 miles, but there I do charge a small service fee over 50 miles.
Sure, because of the distance. That
Yes.
makes sense. Okay, well, what if someone thinks that they may need a dryer vent cleaning, but they're not sure when the last time they've had one? They don't know if they need it or not. How do you handle those situations?
They just call, schedule the appointment. I talk to them. Ask them a few questions. Is their dryer drying in a normal cycle? Are they getting condensation around the inside of the dryer? Is the laundry room hot? When they're drying clothes, is the top of the dryer hot? When they're mowing the grass, does their vent cover look like that?
Yucky, mine used to, and we'll talk about that in a few
So
minutes.
those are some things that you can do as a homeowner and look at. But the key is when you choose Safe Dryer Vent Solutions, we're a locally owned, veteran-operated, certified dryer exhaust company that's not going to charge you unless service is performed.
Exactly. So if you want a free inspection, you
Correct.
just call, and we'll give his contact information a little bit later on in the video. But we want to talk about what you do when you go to someone's home. Let's talk about when you came to my home. For instance, we bought a home last year. We've lived in it 1 year, right? And right when we bought it, it passed inspection. We thought, great, as far as the dryer vent goes, no problem there. Well, we have a second story dryer vent, right? So those are hard to clean. No one ever can really look up there unless they're inspected. And we bought a brand new dryer, and what happened? It didn't want to work.
The dryer wasn't working, was taking multiple cycles. You had a lint light that would come on that told you that there was some type of a problem.
Airflow problem.
Airflow
right?
problem.
Which shouldn't happen on a new dryer, right? Brand new dryer.
Correct. Especially in a new home that you buy too.
Yeah.
So basically what we're finding in the new homes is a lot of the homes, like I showed you earlier, has these 4-door vent covers. This is a louvered vent cover. So right off the bat you have 4 items that can fail you. If you notice, this one's warping. This actually came off of a home that's a year old, and it's already got warping. And there's a grid behind here, and this grid should not be in there. That grid should be cut out for a dryer vent so it don't collect the lint. However, when they're putting the siding on, they don't know if this is your dryer vent or a bathroom vent, so they just plop it up there. Now, if this grid was out, though, then a bird would fly right in. So I personally do not like these vent covers and recommend replacing it with a no-pest vent cover, which we do. We install them all the time. I have probably a 98% rating on replacing them. And if you don't want to pay me to do it, then I tell you, where you can order it and go online, because I'd much rather you have the best vent cover on your house. Because here's what we're talking about. It's preserving life and preserving property. Life is the most priority. It takes one house fire for you to lose everything. It takes one house fire for you to lose a loved one. So whether replacing this with a $60 pest-proof vent cover or putting a plastic one on, I'd much rather spend the $60.
Well, sure. And then that's a one-time thing.
One-time thing.
Right?
Have
You
it
don't have to keep buying them. It's meant to last, which is good. That's what we did at our own home. But it is amazing that homes can go through inspections and pass and still have problems. Like I said, especially if you're still on that second floor. I saw him clean it out, and it was gross. So let me tell you, this you don't think that this is getting gross over the years that you live in a home. You don't think about it as a preventive maintenance item all the time, right? But it can be catastrophic. So let's talk about how it can be catastrophic. I know you brought a few props to show us here today. So tell us what happens. I know there's a risk of fire.
Yes.
Also carbon monoxide poisoning, right?
Carbon monoxide's a big one.
So tell us about how
typically how the dryer vent comes up to being a problem is you have a problem in your home. Right. But one of the biggest ones I hear is you hire a painter, and you're going to say, why are we talking about painting when we're talking dryer vents? You hire a painter to do your laundry room because you've got all this dryer fluff everywhere, and you want him to wash the walls and repaint the walls. So he comes out and he pulls the dryer out and he says, oh, you have this stuff, and this stuff is leaking. And you say, well, can I call somebody to do it? Oh, well, I'll do it for you. So then they offer to do it, and they run to Lowe's, and they buy 20 feet of this for $20, $18, and they come in and now they get into your attic, and they take the metal pipe that's there down, they put new stuff in, and now they have put you and your family at risk because this is not code approved.
Now, why is that? What's wrong with this?
This is foil. Okay. This is the same exact stuff that you use on to cook with. Okay. And it's wrapped in metal. The second thing is you're allowed 8 feet of this behind your dryer to the wall, but you cannot put this inside the wall or in the attic or in a crawl space. Okay. It has to be 4-inch hard aluminum pipe. The second thing...
I wouldn't have known that. Would you guys have known that? I wouldn't have known that. Go ahead. Tell us more.
That's what code says. Now, if you think about airflow, and that's everything on your dryer is airflow. So my question to you, Nicole, is would you rather drive down 465 on a smooth highway or 465 with a speed bump every 5 feet?
Yeah, I'd say a pretty smooth highway, right?
Right. So if you look at this, all these ridges,
let's show them.
All these ridges,
right? Yeah.
All these little ridges are going to collect.
Those are your speed bumps, right?
And they're going to collect lint. They're going to collect water. So now this not maintenance guy, but this handyman has installed this, and 3 months later, your pipe looks like this because there's nothing but water here. It's gurgling, and then you call me. And typically the conversation goes, well, the handyman replaced it 3 months ago. It worked fine. Now we're having problems. Right. I get up in your attic. And if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see me pop this all the time and drain water from that. And then now I'm replacing this. So your handyman probably charged you $150 to install this $20 part, and a dryer vent cleaning would have been flat rate $146 out the door. That's the other thing with Safe Dryer Vent Solutions is we don't hide our pricing. We put our pricing out there. It's not hidden. It's not, we're going to charge you $40 to take a ladder off the truck. We're not going to charge you an extra $40 to get on your roof.
Right.
This is the pricing. Again, locally owned, veteran operated. And then this is the other stuff we find. This is bathroom vent. Back in the day, this was sold. This is all plastic. There's actually a demonstration that's online where they light this. Right. And the plastic burns before all the lint does.
So let's talk about back in the day. That might mean a different time period to some people.
Yes.
So in what year of homes would this have been in?
Back in your 40s and 50s. Okay. 96, the code came out and said, look, we're changing the code. We're going to all aluminum pipe.
Okay, so older homes may still have this in their home. Okay.
Yep. And a lot of homes will still have the foil. I mean, you know as well as I do, I advertise a lot locally through the internet, and always somebody posts, save the money, do it yourself. I am not against your DIY people.
Yeah, they sell those kits at Lowe's, right? But what's the problem with that, Scott? Let's talk about the length of how long these dryer vents are in some homes. Second-story homes, or if the dryer is in the middle of the house. Let's talk about that. Can people do it on their own if that vent is that long?
They can do it on their own. However, the majority of the time, the people who do it on their own do it wrong. And then I get that phone call that either their brush is stuck, it's broken, or it's worse than what it was.
Yeah.
And the kit is very affordable. You can do it yourself. There's YouTube videos out there. I even put a lot of videos out there because I want to help that DIY person. But at the same time, you need to ask yourself,
what's it worth?
What's it worth to you? What
Not
is
to answer your question,
what is,
but I know.
well, what is your family life and property worth to you?
Yeah.
Is it worth saving $300? I already told you my dryer vent cleaning's $146. Is it worth $146 to you to save $250,000 home? And even your insurance companies are getting on board with adding this as part of general maintenance.
Yeah.
And Realtors.com last year came out. Dryer vent is the number 4 thing that you should check when you buy a home. Smoke detectors number 1. Carbon monoxide detectors number 2. That's why I bring this up.
Sure.
Fire extinguisher in your kitchen and laundry room now.
Good to know.
And get your vent cleaned out or have it inspected. Now, carbon monoxide is very huge when you talk about a gas dryer. Again, we're talking airflow. Everything is airflow in your dryer vents.
Right.
So now if you've got a gas dryer hooked up and you have a clog, this is considered 80% occlusion. So that is pretty occluded. So all those harmful gases that we're now venting out are now venting in your laundry room.
Right.
So I would recommend everybody have a carbon monoxide detector either just outside their laundry room or in their laundry room if they have a gas dryer.
Now let's talk about what you enjoy most about being a chamber member. You are so involved. Let's share with people who may not know much about our chamber. What are some things you enjoy most about being in the chamber? Maybe an event or the luncheons, the networking. What do you?
Well, about 8 months ago, I didn't know nothing about the chamber. I knew nothing about it, and we spoke together about it. And I came. I was hesitant because when you start a business, your phone blows up. Everybody's going to do you these favors. Well, nobody's going to do you a favor unless you pay. So I was a little gun shy, but I signed up with Plainfield Chamber of Commerce. And it has been beneficial for me as a marketing tool. I've met a lot of great people. I've met a lot of small business owners and a lot of people just sitting and having talks with. You learn different things. You pick up different things. And it's very affordable. And if you are a business in Plainfield and you're not part of a Chambers, be part of a Chambers. Let them know Scott said be part of a Chambers, because I'm telling you, I think we're like 450 strong.
Yeah.
And when we have the luncheons and we go have a luncheons, you're talking 150 people, and it's not all marketing. You're building friendships. You're building a family. There's nothing better for me to be sitting out at dinner at, I'm gonna go out there for you, Larry, but at the Coachman.
The Coachman.
Nothing better than to be sitting
place.
at the Coachman and a chamber member walk in and be like, "Hi, Scott, how are you?
We know each
Saw
other,
your
right?
video."
We know
Right.
each other.
And you just know each other, and there's that family atmosphere. And being part of the Plainfield Chamber, I just love it. It's an honor to be part of their chamber. It's an honor to be associated with you guys, because if you would have asked me 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, are you going to own your own business? I'd be like, no, it's too hard. It's too complicated.
It can be very difficult. Right. Yeah, but having the right resources in place helps at least get you started and then maintain it, right?
Right.
So,
You can't
and
go
we didn't
wrong.
pay him for this endorsement either.
No, actually, I paid you.
He's crazy. You're crazy. Anyway, we're so glad to have him a part of the chamber and on the Plainfield Chamber chat with Nicole. Before we sign off for today, I want to make sure I mention, if you would like more information on the Plainfield, Indiana Chamber of Commerce, feel free to check them out on their website, plainfield-in.com. And make sure you check out Scott's videos on his Facebook page at SafeDVS. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Scott.